Hi, welcome to my channel LinaLux. My name is Gabby and today I'm going to do a pick a card reading for should I reach out to them. So you have the option of 1, 2, or 3 to answer the question whether you should reach out to that person that you've been thinking about reaching out to but you've been hesitant to for some reason. That was 1. This is number 2. So you can pick based on the stone. And number 3. Okay, so let's start with 1 and just move these out of the way. Okay, so for the ones that picked number 1, should I reach out to this person? Should you reach out to this person? You know, it's hard for you to reach out to this person because there's this feeling of betrayal that's underlying all of this. Not only underlying, but it's like it's still very new, it's still very fresh. There's still this sense of having been betrayed by this person or being lied to in some way, or this person not being honest, and because of that you don't want to be the first one to reach out because you feel like the ball is on their court because the mess up was on them. And it's almost like if I reach out to them now, then that's gonna tell them in some way that it's okay, that what they did is okay because I'm still, you know, reaching out and contacting them, and then they're gonna think I'm giving them permission to continue to act this way. That's really what's holding us back in this situation. Should you reach out to this person? The answer is to give it a few days. I think that right now feelings are still very raw. There might be some anger, and if there is to be a communication or there's to be contact right now, there might be some things said from either party that's later regretted because the wound is still very raw and we're still too close to the situation, and we need a little bit of distance to really gauge how it is that we want to approach this. There's also a little bit of trying to discern whether or not what actually happened or what transpired is really due to this person, or whether it has to do with something that happened in the past and this person just triggered that, and since they triggered you in that way, you lashed out on them as if they were that person that has previously hurt you. So there's some of this that could be going on for some. May not be the case for all, but some of you may need to take a minute or two to distinguish whether what you will say or how it is that you're feeling really is pertaining to this person, or are we projecting upon this person our past wounds. So it could be that yes, this person did something that was not correct or that crossed the line a bit, but the degree to the way that we are reacting may be way more so than what is called for in this situation. It is due to our old wounds being triggered, right? And it's encouraged that if you do realize that perhaps there's some triggering of old wounds, to speak about it with this person, to let them know, instead of when talking to this person going in and being on attack mode, well, you did this and you did that, and you did the other thing, we can talk more about a place of where you are, where you're coming from, and how things felt to you. So sometimes when we're saying you did this and you're that, the person kind of gets in defense mode, and now they're defending themselves, and a lot of times they're just looking for ways to defend themselves because you're accusing them of something that doesn't feel very good, and they kind of stop listening. So instead of, what you could do is, or what we could do in this situation is try to express how it is that we are feeling instead, how what they did made you feel. Instead of saying you don't care about me, you never cared about me, you can say, when you do A, B, and C, it makes me feel as if you don't care. So you see how that's different? So I think with this spread, the call is for a little bit of time. Give it 2 days, 1 or 2 days, or 3 days, really 2 to 3 days, and see how you feel. And if you still feel like reaching out or not, or if you need more time or you want to go ahead, do reach out. Even if this person was in the wrong, do reach out, because there's really nothing you can lose, right? You can only gain information, gain knowledge, gain whatever it is that you need to in that moment in order to know what you need to do moving forward, right? Okay, so those are the ones that picked option number 1. Okay, so number 2. Should I reach out to them? Yeah, you. The sense here that I'm getting is, yeah, I think that for some of you, the struggle comes in with how to express what it is that you're feeling, how to say what's going on. I think some may even have a bit of fear that what they have to say may be received negatively, or won't be received at all, because or we're just afraid of how this other person is going to react, whether what we have to say is going to run away with this other person. I think that for some of you, a good way to go about this may be to either write to them or write it to them, or the way that you reach out could be in written form, whether that's like a letter. I know that's like nobody does that anymore. Remember back in the day we used to write a lot of little notes for each other, but it could be a text message, email, or for some it might even help to, prior to reaching out to this person, if it's been someone that you haven't been in contact in a while, to write out how you're feeling, write out what it is that you wish to communicate to this person, whether it's just as simple as you wanting to reconnect, right? I think doing some kind of writing exercise before is going to help you be clear about what it is you're going to, if you make you feel more confident about reaching out to this person. It's not either about rehearsing or writing a script, because usually those things kind of go out the window once we're talking to this person, because we can never really predict how somebody else is going to respond, right? So go into this like an experiment, you know. When you do reach out, don't expect any outcome at all, and just take it as, like, even if you've witnessed or privy to something in the past with them, like every time you brought something up, they got acted a certain way in the past, you know, let's leave that there. Let's this time around, let's take it like we don't know. It could be anything really. And even if it was that this person always responded the same way, doesn't mean that this time around they will respond the same way. So go into it open-minded. Go into it with more of like a curiosity of like, let's see what happens, and what happens will just give me information. It will tell me whether this is somebody who I want to invest in, or is this somebody that maybe I should take a pause from. According to how it is they respond will tell you a lot. So view it like that, like an experiment, as something that is not too weighted. However, I do feel that this time, you know, you're going to feel like you actually or acknowledge that whatever it is that you had to say was received and heard, listened to. And it's gonna, I think this is going to help you feel more open to new opportunities, open to more love. And whether it is more open to love because you reach out to them and you guys figure it out, you make it work out, and then you guys can start anew when the relationship really feels really fulfilling. Or whether, you know, this person reacts in a way that you're just like, wow, this is exactly what I don't want, and you open yourself to other opportunities, more loving, more other relationships that really see you and value what it is that you have to say and offer. Yeah, there's a going forward. There's a positive movement forward with this. Yeah, do reach out. You have nothing to lose, all to gain with this situation. Okay, that was for option number 2. And now for those of you who picked option number 3, should I reach out to them? In this case, there's a lot more hesitation to reach out to this person. There's a lot of hesitation because there's a lot of confusion going on. There's a lot of belief that this is not leading to anything, or that if I do reach out to them, what good is it gonna do? I already been down this path, we've done this. Or you just feel like you already know how it will end, or if you do reach out to this person, and you don't feel like it's going to be positive. There's a fear of confrontation in this case, because it feels as if this is gonna, it might lead into some arguments. And likely what I'm seeing is that there could be some strong exchanges of words that do cause some hurt and confusion once you do reach out, if you do reach out to this person. However, I do feel that it's needed. It's needed because it's going to bring something up. It's going to bring something up from the past, some past hurts. It could be as far back as childhood, past hurts, that in some way is playing a role in today and how you view relationships and how it is that you interact with others. Soon after too, I see that you know, there might be some arguing, but right after there will be some sort of commitment or offer to, yes, let's work on this. It's like one of those fights where you fight and then you decide that, yeah, you want to work it out, you want to try, or that you want to make an effort to start anew. I feel like there's an offer to, let's try this out, let's start again, let's see if we can fix things. But it's going to make you feel split. It's gonna make you feel split because one moment you're dealing this way in a not so positive way in your regard, and then it's like night and day, the switch. Reaching out to them, I'm gonna be honest, is going to at first not feel good. It's not gonna feel good because there's going to be things that are gonna come up to be purged. And once that's said though, there's going to be opportunity to move forward. There might be some other little bumps ahead, but I do feel that this relationship with this other person that you may have has the potential to defeat any obstacles or anything that presents itself as a detriment to the relationship. Because regardless of these differences, there seems to be a very strong pull or connection that keeps the two of you connected some way or another, even when you're not in contact. Okay, so with that, I conclude the reading, and I thank you all for tuning in and being present. I will catch you all in the next video. And for those of you who are interested in a personal reading with me, send me an email and I'll give you the details. Peace.